Ladies and gentlemen, KK here, welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is up about 0.42% there. On the Nasdaq 0.07%. Semiconductor 1 Dow flat along with the Russell 2000. Some of these tech stocks are up quite a bit today. However, AMD, Tesla down along with Netflix. Bitcoin down, gold, silver miners are up. Dollar flat, oil up, treasury bond up. The rates are down. VIX is also down today. Let's stick with S&P 500 ETF. Spider! 65-minute chart. Here's so this is what we closed yesterday. And looks like we actually saw a slight gap up here this morning. As you can see, we closed right here. We gapped up here. You gapped up here on top of the candle there. And then they made a run for on the first hour. However, quickly it got faded here. So as you can see, for the first 4 hours, looks like very consistent selling here. However, the micro-term moving average was right there to capture that move. That micro-term was successfully reprogrammed. Perfect. As you can see right here, ever since then, all these downturns been captured by the micro-term moving average. And today, it does not disappoint. As you can see here, and then on the 5th hour, we thrust above it. And you can see pretty much the last 2 hours candles engulfs the 4 hours of downturn, and actually we made slight higher high here. As you can see, we closed above the first hours of that red candle body there. So we can look at that as a low, right? So if we're looking at this as a lower low, well, that just kind of, you know what I mean, nullified potential lower low. Because if the micro term was going to turn into a downtrend, we would have seen something like this, right? Lower lows and lower highs. And that's what bears are looking for. But by breaking above this recent micro swing high, we no longer have that lower low, lower high there. So now, and bulls are marching up to battle with the boss bears one more time, which is this gap area at 438, 437. They got up there just last night, as you can see right here yesterday. And they did feel, which we talked about on the last night's analysis, that they did feel about 40% or so of that gap. Did not fully feel it. And looks like potentially going into tomorrow, if we do see a follow through to the upside, bulls might want to fill this down gap once for all. Keep in mind though, this gap has to be filled, the entirety of it. If there is any little down gap remaining tomorrow, if the bulls do not finish the job completely, we could still see very much angry boss bears shooting down the bulls and seeing some bloody hell.
What?
So it's very important the buyers get up here at 438.53 and completely fill it. Better yet, the best case scenario is this. If we're trading at 436.31, if we gap up above 438.53, so that would be here, we're right here, right? That's about 0.5%, 0.55%, 0.6% gap up, which is not a big gap up. If we see a gap up, that might be the best, most smooth transition to the upside, because when the gap gets filled, let's say bulls just get up and fill it, right? Many times, more often than not, that's going to act as resistance, rather strong resistance, because this is rather sizable gap, and it's been open for about a month or so now. But if we gap up above it, there's a good chance bulls are going to they're going to go after, because boss bears going to be forced to retreat to about 450 and 447, which is the next known down gap right here. And this 447, ladies and gentlemen, it is coinciding with that falling resistance right here, as you can see, falling resistance coming all the way down from July peak, right? You see that purple line, dotted purple line right here, right? So as you can see, not only we have the down gap in this vicinity, we have the sharpshooter there, right? That falling resistance. So if the buyers want to force the bears to retreat to 447 and 450, they must either fill this gap, entirety of it, or need to gap it over. Let's check out that oscillator. So as we talked about the last night's analysis, what we're seeing is a little bit different, right? In the past, we see the cross, oscillator things. 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 Market things with it. What we're seeing is the market or the oscillator is seemingly very much floaty, elevated, moving sideways. We have not seen this type of action from the oscillator for the entire month. Not only that, we did see that cross earlier today, as you can see right here. We did see that cross because we did hit that extreme overbought level. But instead of market completely rolling over, along with this oscillator, we have a slight uptick here. It hasn't crossed up yet. If that crosses back up, and that's gonna give the buyers have another energy to push through this up down gap here, as you can see in this vicinity. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation in your evening. Good trade tomorrow.